Ubisoft has been cooking up some of the biggest AAA games for this year, and recently we've just received some brand new information on all the upcoming AAA titles that are going to be releasing on both the next gen and current gen consoles. So in today's video folks, we have some very big upcoming open world games from Ubisoft that most of us have been waiting for a very long time now. So make sure you guys watch this video till the end because there are some very interesting news on all the new Skulls and Bones as well as Beyond Good and Evil 2, the new Assassin's Creed Kingdom, Far Cry 6 and even much more. Now recently, a few days ago, Ubisoft held an event discussing about their year-end financials, and the most interesting thing that happened was right after the event where Jason Schreier tweeted out something really interesting that got fans excited for what's coming up from Ubisoft this year. Now Jason is someone that has been leaking a lot of other Ubisoft games every single year, and all of his leaks so far has been 100% accurate, so it is quite possible that he once again has some insider information and source who's letting him know on all of these new leaks before they go official. Now on the new tweet, Jason basically confirmed that Ubisoft is not going to be making a Splinter Cell game, and that anyone that's expecting for a new Splinter Cell game is in for a disappointment. Now he has instead confirmed that Ubisoft is going to be releasing a new Assassin's Creed which is codenamed as Kingdom, which is going to be set in a Viking era, which we already knew about from a lot of other leaks, and also has confirmed that there's going to be a new Far Cry game which will be releasing between the release window from April 2020 to March 2021. Now recently on the Ubisoft's earnings call livestream, they made it pretty clear that the studio will be launching 5 AAA games between the release window of April 2020 to March 2021, but 3 of the 5 titles are already announced: Watch Dogs Legion, Gods and Monsters, and Rainbow Six Quarantine. Now what's left out are the other 2 unannounced titles, which some leaks previously have pointed out to be the Assassin's Creed Kingdom, a game which is set in the Viking era as far as the leaks go. We also received some information on the new main protagonist's name, which is going to be called Jorah, who's said to be taking a journey into a story of a revenge quest, where players will now be allowed to choose between a male and a female character, similar to what we have seen with Assassin's Creed Odyssey, which is by far known to be one of the highest sold Assassin's Creed games after the AC4 Black Flag. Now the other game that is pretty much confirmed but not yet been announced with a release date is the Skull and Bones. Now Skull and Bones was announced back in 2018 E3 press conference for the first time, with a release date being of fall of 2018, but unfortunately the game had no show and it seemed to have been delayed. But then again in 2019, Ubisoft came up with a brand new gameplay for Skull and Bones, where they showed off some of the new PvE and PvP aspects of the game, and fans around the world were also invited to sign up for a beta program that once again never really showed up. But the interesting fact is, during the E3 2019 press conference, people who were lucky enough to attend the press conference got to play a small PvP demo version of Skulls and Bones, which then was promised to be given out as a public demo for those who are watching online or the live streams out around the world. Where Ubisoft said if you signed up for the beta program, you will actually get to play the beta, but for whatever reason, the beta never really happened, or maybe Ubisoft thought that it wasn't a really good time to release the game or even throw out the beta. Maybe the game wasn't really ready to be shown to the public, or maybe they wanted to release it in the next generation console. We don't really know anything about that one yet. Now this could mean that Skull and Bones could be the second game that could most probably have a release date this year, along with the new Assassin's Creed Kingdom. Now that's what everyone else would think, and at the same time that's what makes sense as well. But according to Jason here, who is said to be a very trustable source for all the Ubisoft game leaks so far, he says that the next 2 unannounced AAA titles are going to be Assassin's Creed Kingdom and Far Cry 6. Now I'm not gonna lie, I was indeed expecting a new Assassin's Creed game, but I never really expected to see a new Far Cry game this early. Now, the Far Cry 5 was released just not 2 years ago, and then we got another Far Cry game last year called the Far Cry New Dawn, which is set in a post-apocalyptic world. So if what Jason says is indeed turns out to be true, then I just think that Ubisoft just needs to take a little bit more time with the next Far Cry game and rather fill us in with other new IPs that was already shown to us before, like the Skull and Bones and the other open world RPG game, which is extremely hyped during the Ubisoft E3 press conference, called the Beyond Good and Evil 2. Now what I would like to see is some other games than having a new Far Cry on the list. Now don't get me wrong, I loved Far Cry 5 and it was such a beautifully well done game and I enjoyed every bit of it, but at the same time I think that the next game could be much better and much innovative if Ubisoft could just take extra time with these games rather than just pushing a new Far Cry game every single year. Because I don't want to be that guy who just wants to play the same Far Cry concept every single year after year, whereas I would like to see something new and explore with all the different kinds of games, and maybe another 2 years later after we have tried all the new genres, we can then finally have a Far Cry 6 and enjoy all the new fresh Far Cry vibes all over again. But right now I just feel like I've seen enough Far Cry and I want to have more Skull and Bones and Beyond Good and Evil 2. So let me know in the comments down below, what do you guys think? Would you guys like to have Skull and Bones or Beyond Good and Evil 2, or would you rather have Far Cry 6 on the list? Let me know in the comments down below. I want to know what you guys think about this. Now folks, speaking of Beyond Good and Evil 2, we had some very interesting news coming from a video game news writer Rebecca Valentine from Games Industry Biz, where she pretty much now confirmed that Beyond Good and Evil 2 isn't going to be part of Ubisoft's plan for next fiscal year, and also that we're not to be expecting a release date until April of 2021 at the soonest. Now that sure is very much acceptable because I can merely see that Ubisoft wants to release Beyond Good and Evil as a next-gen title, and with the next-gen consoles releasing during the winter of 2020, which is almost nearing 2021. So if you ask me, I personally would honestly love to get my hands on Beyond Good and Evil 2 on the PlayStation 5 rather than on the current generation PS4s. As you already know, games would rather perform better and look better on the next-gen console, so I don't see why not. So as of the exact release date for Beyond Good and Evil 2, well, so far we don't really have any official reveal on that one, but looking towards the leaks so far, it is said that the game would most probably be launching near April of 2021 on the next-gen platforms and probably on the current gen as well, as the game was developed keeping the current gen consoles and hardwares in mind. So I don't really see why Ubisoft won't be releasing it on the PS4 as well as on the PS5 and as well as on the Xbox One X and the next-gen Xbox. Now, speaking of all the upcoming Ubisoft games, the one game that I'm really scared that it might fail miserably is going to be the Watch Dogs Legion. Now, the first Watch Dogs games was a huge success when it comes to sales ratio on Ubisoft's end, where the game sold millions of copies in pre-order and post-launch. But then Watch Dogs 2 was released and the game sales was nowhere even close to what Watch Dogs 1 had achieved, and over the year Ubisoft games have been terrible every single year, and especially last year being Ghost Recon Breakpoint, which for me is the worst game I've played in my entire life, and I'm pretty sure I'm not alone on this opinion as the rating and critics speak for themselves as well. And now looking at Watch Dogs Legion, the game sure looks very interesting and unique in its own aspects, but one thing that I'm really scared of when it comes to single player games is the main storyline and the main character attachment to the storyline, as well as to the players that get to play and feel the emotion of the character, which I think Ubisoft has completely removed from in the Watch Dogs Legion here, because now they chose to go with NPCs as a playable character rather than writing a story-based character with a proper voice acted personality and charisma. I honestly don't understand why Ubisoft wants to remove the main character from their upcoming games. They did the same with Assassin's Creed Odyssey, where we had to choose between a male or female character, which I personally think completely took away the main story immersion from a protagonist character perspective. And to be honest, it kind of felt like I'm controlling a model that has no meaning or connection and whatsoever to the main storyline or even the game itself. And now it looks like they've taken things to a whole new level with Watch Dogs Legion, and I don't really know how that would work out when it comes to a single player story based game. Now don't get me wrong, the game would be very much enjoyable to play for a couple of hours I guess, but then I don't really see myself playing an entire camping or story mode with no main character to portray the story, which is one of the main or sole reasons to why I am really scared that maybe, just maybe, Watch Dogs Legion could end up like another Ghost Recon Breakpoint for Ubisoft this year. Now, other than that, I would love to see Skull and Bones rather than having the same old Far Cry game over and over again every single year. I really want to know what you guys would want the other two unannounced AAA titles to be. Out of two, I'm pretty sure one is going to be the new Assassin's Creed Kingdom, and for the other one, would you guys prefer Far Cry 6 or Skull and Bones? Let me know which game would you guys like to have this year from Ubisoft in the comment section down below. I'll make sure I read all of your comments, reply to most of you guys as much as I can, and I would love to see what you guys think personally about this opinion. It's my personal opinion is I would love to see Skull and Bones more than Far Cry 6. And I would like to see what you guys have to say about these two games here, so please let me know in the comments down below. So far, these are the upcoming titles that are set to be releasing from April 2020 to March 2021, and it is said that we will be getting an official announcement of these games very soon during the Sony's PlayStation 5 reveal event, which is said to be held on 29th February 2020 according to my speculation, looking at the event hall that Sony has recently booked in New York for an unannounced event, which I suspect could be most probably the new PS5 reveal. With that being said, I cover all the latest video game news, updates, gameplays, tips and tricks, and much more on all the upcoming next-gen games as well as consoles, and my channel is mainly focused on Cyberpunk 2077, which unfortunately got delayed once again as I expected. So if these videos are something that you guys are interested in, then you should subscribe to my channel and turn the video notifications on so that YouTube can let you know when I upload a new video, which I will indeed try to keep up as a daily upload schedule. With that being said, if you guys do want to win a free copy of Cyberpunk 2077, then I am running a small giveaway currently, so you guys can simply enter the giveaway by visiting the link down below in the description. The winners can indeed choose the platform of your own choice, and I'll be sending you guys a pre-order code for Cyberpunk 2077 in your DMs, maybe Twitter or even email or wherever you guys want to get the code on. And if you guys did go on and enjoy this video, then please drop a like on this video. That would really show up a lot of your support, and it is very much appreciated. And with that being said, I'll see you guys on tomorrow's video. Until then, take care fams, and goodbye.